I'm home. I'm home. Oh, it feels so good to be back here. I feel like fighting tears since like 10 miles up the highway. Oh, I did not make it down the dirt road without crying though, but this place is very special to me. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to hang out here for a few days, even though it's cold. I don't care. It feels so warm inside to be here, to be back again, and to have somewhere feel as much like home as this does. So, yeah. Hi, yes. I know, Frank. Yes. Oh, you know Frank's excited when he jumps up. Oh. It's been a really, really big day. Today's the same day that ended the last video, so I'm pretty tired. Yeah, but this feels amazing. Well, good day. It feels amazing to be back here. It feels a lot better than I anticipated it would. I was quite emotional the night I got here. I've been here for a few days now, and I've just been, hanging out, taking it easy, getting some rest, getting a lot of work done, and just feeling really grounded. This place is home to me in a way that not a lot of other places are. And, I didn't grow up living in the same house my whole childhood, and then now, like, living in a van for over 9 years. I'm always in different places, although I do travel pretty slowly, and I don't move far usually within a month or two, but this place is one of the places I have stayed more than any other place I've ever stayed in terms of wild camping. The last time I was here, I lived here for 50 days. The first time I came here, I stayed here for a week. So this is going to be a quick visit compared to that. I've been here for a few days, and I am hitting the road in 24 hours time. So it's a little bittersweet because I honestly could live here. This is one of very few places I've ever been where I want to live. I just love this spot so much, and I know there's a lot of other places that look the same. You wouldn't be able to tell one from the other, but something about it here just feels right for me. And so it's always like, yeah, really transformative when I'm here. it's such a nice day. It's actually freezing in the shadows, but between the sun and the air being so dry, it feels really warm to me. It's quite comfortable. So I got these yoga cards, and they arrived in Squamish the day after I left. So my friend forwarded them to me. And what I just do is I use general delivery for the post office. So you just send it to your name, care of general delivery, and then the address of the post office. So I just want to do like a little yin practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 7 different poses, and then I'm just going to set a timer to go off every 5 minutes. Thank you. Oh, I love you, bud. Am I getting credit for the sunshine? Oh, thanks. Oh, awesome. Are you gonna do some yoga with me? Yeah. Awesome, bud. Yeah, just lay down. Are you gonna go back there? Okay, bye. You just came to give me kisses? Oh, thank you. So when I was in Washington, my friend gave me these really awesome like self-massage myofascial release tools. And this thing is such an amazing tool, but especially between driving and all the computer work I do, I had not realized like how bad things were getting, even with regular yoga practice. And so what I do with this is I just start like low on my spine and I just lay on it. Oh, wow, that's so nice. And you can adjust the air level. And then I just work my way up slowly. You can use these together or individual for self-massage, and then there's a smaller one as well. And so it's just, yeah, a really nice part of like looking after my body. So today I woke up and I just really wanted maple syrup. And so the most logical thing to do is to make pancakes. So I'm gonna have pancake lunch, and I don't have a recipe for pancakes. I don't use a recipe. I just throw a bunch of stuff in a pot, and when it's, you know, a pourable consistency, I call it good and make pancakes. And every time I ever make pancakes, they're different, and that's fine because I'm always happy with them. So like I said, my pancakes turn out a little different every time because I don't measure anything, and I'll often use different ingredients, different types of flour. Sometimes I have sugar, sometimes I have oat milk. Like, it's just always different. And so today's pancakes are absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is, but they were like getting all these air bubbles in the pot before I put the batter in. So they're like really nice, fluffy pancakes. And so the first batch, I poured the maple syrup all over it. I was so excited to eat them. I took a bite and it tasted like mold. So disappointing. So I stuck my nose in the maple syrup bottle and it smells like mold. So yeah, anyways, huge disappointment. So I'm just having plain pancakes now when the goal was to have maple syrup. I don't know. Refrigerate after opening. No, there's so many things that say that and they're fine, but maybe they're just not fine forever. Let's go for a little walk. It's good to stretch your legs every day, bud. The first time I came here, I really didn't have great weather. It was pretty gray and rainy most of the week I spent here, but something about it just really spoke to me. So when I was down in like Arizona, Southern Nevada area, and all the lockdowns started, this was the place that came to mind that I could just park for a while, weeks, months, and just exist, just live a slow and simple life. And so that's what I did. I came here, and the first night here it snowed, and my last week here I was getting charged at by rattlesnakes. So I really saw it come like through all through spring, right? Like I arrived here in winter and I left in full on summer mode. So, but yeah, after 50 days, I had to go back to Canada. My visa was about to expire. I made it to the border 3 days before my time limit was up, and it just really wasn't worth risking not being allowed to come back to just stay here longer. But I do love this spot and feels really good to be back. But yeah, I made a point when I was here to try to leave camp every single day, so I would go on different walks, and there's a few different trees I would come hang out with, so this was one of them. Especially when it got warmer, it makes some shade, so I like to just come hang out with the tree. Yeah, just enjoy a different perspective of this area. All right, you have a nice nap, bud. I'll be back in a little bit, okay? All right, so that was plenty of walking for Frank. So he's gonna have a nap. I'm gonna continue off in this other direction to just, yeah, enjoy walking, enjoy this area, relive the memories, help process things that happened here, process things that have happened since here. So I was just a little bummed that my burrow buddies weren't around, because they're quite entertaining. Last time I was here, they were also coming to like mating season. They made quite the noises, but there's no shortage of animals around. There's the cows, but I've seen the bunnies quite a few times. I think those were small cat prints. I saw a larger canine print. I've heard the ravens and an owl, and there's deer print all over. And I've seen, last time I was here, I saw like antelope or something. They're like not deer, they're fancier. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of activity going on. Oh, and my first time here, I saw like the oldest sheep ever. That wash was like a wildlife highway, and yeah, a lot of footsteps, which I really enjoy. I like that about the snow, so I'm gonna miss that. I found some more tree friends. You know, at first glance, it doesn't really look like there's many trees around here, but once you get out walking, they're here and there, more as you go up higher on the side of the mountain, but they're all just so nice, and yeah, just like really rugged, durable trees, so I enjoy hanging out with them, you know. It's not the same as back home, but I still find the same amount of joy in it. I really enjoy walking around up here. It is a nice place to watch the day come to an end, especially when it's all dry and the sun just shines through all these golden grasses. It's quite spectacular. All right, so now that the sun has set, I got about 1 hour until the stars take over. So I'm gonna head back to camp and start on some dinner. Oh, man. Just like can't get over how good it feels to be back out here. Yeah, there's a part of me that definitely feels sad about leaving here tomorrow. It's absolutely my choice. I'm really excited to see the friend I'm going to see. I'm excited for what's to come. I know I'm going to be other beautiful places and have great adventures and enjoy lots of nice hiking, but I'm already looking forward to coming back here because this place is just something special in my heart and everything just kind of clicks in my mind and there's so much more clarity than I tend to find a lot of other places. So, yeah. I'm so hungry after walking about the last few hours, so I'm gonna cook up some potato, an onion, the last of these Brussels sprouts, and a pepper, and I think that'll be good. Yeah, I'll save that zucchini. So the potatoes are so much better fried if you don't rush them. Just low and slow, and they get really nice and crispy on the outside and very soft on the inside, which is exactly how I like them. And because I'm cooking for myself, I always cook food to exactly how I want to eat it. But I'm very hungry, so I fried like a tortilla in a bit of oil. And it makes this like big chip, and I'm just gonna put nutritional yeast on it and have a snack. We're gonna make some tea, Frank. I know. That's why I put your coat on, because it is very cold as soon as the sun goes down. So you might be wondering about food staying here for 50 days. I keep a lot of food in my van. I have months and months and months of dried food, probably enough. Oh, I just got really startled by nothing. Um, oh wow, there's so many stars already. Anyways, I keep a lot of food in my van. I have months of dried food. If it were like necessary to survive to eat only that and I was rationing it, it would easily last 6 months. I did get the opportunity to get fairly stocked up on fresh food as well before showing up here, and thankfully the time of year it was when I got here, it was still pretty cold like this, so freezing or close to freezing at night, so the food lasted until I could eat it all. So being out here was an opportunity to learn about the shortcomings of my system and my off-grid capabilities and that kind of stuff. So I'd ordered some items to the post office, like up the basin, and one of the things I ordered, well actually my aunt ordered and bought for me, was a Goal Zero solar panel and battery pack. And so as it turned out, they ship UPS, who doesn't deliver to the post office, so I had to go wait at the post office for him to come by to pick up my stuff from his truck because he didn't know where I was. I got talking to him, and as it turned out, he knew exactly where the spot was when I described it to him. So he started delivering me stuff right to camp here. So I had custom UPS deliveries to here. So I did get some packages, care packages sent from friends and family with food and snacks. So I ate really well while I was out here. It was a bit of a trip, but it was cool to be out here for so long. And I did get pretty creative at times with the food, but it was nice when those like nice snacks showed up for sure. Good morning. I'm tired today. I was up really late. One of these days I might try to learn to film the stars, but I do really enjoy practicing astrophotography. It's something I've dabbled in for about 10 years or so. Actually, maybe a little longer. Pretty much as long as I've had like a camera that could. I've been trying to learn, and yeah, it's a little time consuming. That last shot took 2 hours to make, 1 hour to take the photo, and another hour to process it before I could see it and know if it turned out or try again. So plus all the shots before to set up, just to get the right framing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it probably took photos for like 5 hours last night. Anyways, I was up late. I'm up pretty early today. I've been up for an hour, just like hanging out with Frank, snuggling. And yeah, there's still stars when I got up. So now it's sunrise. There's nice pink all along the top of the mountains. And I'm headed somewhere to show you something very important for my being able to spend as much time out here as I did. Last night I told you about how I managed food out here, how I had enough food to just be here for so long. But there's another pretty big factor for survival, and that's water. And obviously out in a place like this, I'm not filtering it from a lake or from a river like I prefer to do. But one day I was out walking along all of this, and I was like, you know, like up a bit, and I looked down and I saw this. So this was an absolutely amazing find on my part. I was pretty stoked. It really pays to just explore an area, especially if you're going to be there for a while, and just try to find out like what resources are available and what can be helpful if you're going to be hunkering down for a while. So when I had arrived out here, I brought as much water as I could. I dug out every water bottle and water bladder in my van. I filled them. I filled buckets. I emptied plastic containers. I filled them. I got as much water as I could possibly carry to bring with me, and then I rationed, like seriously rationed water. I think our first 2 weeks out here, between me and Frank drinking and cooking, we only drank 40 liters, which is like a little over 10 gallons. I let Frank drink as much as he wanted, but I was very smart about like how I cooked and how much I drank, because I just really didn't want to have to be driving into a town or like a gas station or something just to get water. So it worked out that before I ran out, I found this. And so I would walk down here every few days and just pump a bunch of water and carry it back in my backpack in bladders. So it's a 1.5 mile walk from where I'm camped to here, so 2.5K. So 5K round trip. Yeah, it was really good, a really awesome find. I'm glad to see that it's still here, it's still flowing, although the metal part is a little worse for wear. It looks like the cows or donkeys have been bumping into it, but yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's so nice to get out for a walk. I'm gonna have a big day of driving ahead, but I'm gonna go poke around a bit. I think there's some things I found here I'd like to show you as well. So this is one of my favorite pictographs I've ever come across because they use two different colors of paint, which I find fascinating. All the other ones I've ever found anywhere were just one pigment, and yeah, it's just fun to be out walking and just come across like signs other people had been here. There is also some damage that I don't recall. That's a bit of a bummer to see. Unfortunately, there's just, you know, just low lifes all over the place that just ruin nice things. So I also came one day and I wandered up this wash because, well, one, washes are easy walking, so it's a good way to like cover ground, especially to move like up through terrain. But washes often lead to water, and water is full of life, and so I headed up there just out of curiosity because that's just the way I am. And I ended up finding not only flowing water but stinging nettle. So I harvested fresh greens living out here. Somewhere so dry and just so, you know, somewhere that I'm not adjusted to, somewhere I'm not adapted to survive, and then to be able to not only like find a water source but to find food. It was a pretty rewarding feeling, and it was a really, really neat opportunity being out here to really get a good idea of like how truly off-grid capable I am, what I needed to adapt to. And so since over the years, a lot of the changes I've been making have been to make my van more reliable and also to be better equipped for off-grid living. So the renovation, my van is so much more comfortable inside. It's a way better home, better storage, and I have some more things that make it easier to be off-grid for longer. So like I can charge by driving, so soon I'll add solar panels, and then like just parked in a place like this, I could just keep making power to, I guess, document the experience. But yeah, it was also while I was parked out here that I decided that I was going to paint my van green. The white van just like stood out for such a long ways away, and although this landscape isn't super green, the green van does blend in at a distance way better than a white van does. Plus, a green van really blends in all types of forests. So, you know, at those sand dunes, like I lost my van for a moment, just like behind a few junipers. So part of my thinking was that, one, I love green. My van was getting rusty, it needed the body work, it needed a new paint job, so I figured you might as well paint it green. But also, if they can't find you, they can't kick you out. Feels so good every time the sun finally hits you. It's amazing. Good morning. Oh, I missed you, bud. Thanks for warming my hands, bud. It's pretty cold out there. You're so precious. All of you are the most precious. Hi, bud. Hi. Hi. Do you want a breakfast, Greenie? Yeah? Let me do that for you. Well, unfortunately, the time has come for me to leave this place, but I'm so excited for what's ahead. I'm going to be driving really far over the next 3 days. I have about 14 hours of driving, so we're going to end up somewhere completely different. I'm going to bring you along for the ride, but before I leave here, there is one more thing I wanted to mention for the sake of full transparency. When I was here for 50 days, I wasn't all alone. Most of that time I was here with someone else. And that is a major regret I have of this place. I had met him on Instagram. He had initiated the friendship. He lived in a van. He was a thru hiker. He did a bit of climbing. He seemed like a nice guy. So I spent about a week hanging out with him in Flagstaff. And I didn't pick up on anything during that time. So then all the lockdowns happened, and it was like one of few van lifers in the area that I was friends with at the time, and so I decided that I would invite him to park here with me. And as it turned out, he ended up being an extremely toxic and manipulative and psychologically abusive person. And it took me more than a year to really heal from the damage caused by him. I am pretty proud of myself, though, for getting out of that situation pretty quickly. He was here for maybe like a little over 40 days. And then I got some time here by myself to start recovering. So it feels really good to come back and reclaim this place as my own and just kind of like be here to reflect and close out that chapter of my life. I've not spoke to him since the day he drove out of here after I called him on his being a horrible person. And I don't expect to ever speak to him again. I have spoke to 2 other victims of his, though. And he's a really horrible person. So, it's a regrettable decision. And so because of that, I have gotten pretty wary about people wanting to be my friend from the internet. I know most people are good and kind-hearted and mean well, but bad people are also really good at hiding that. And I'm generally not looking for company. I really like to be by myself, and I have some really close friends as it is. So I tend to choose friendships that like I want to pursue, or like somebody I find interesting. Then I'll start talking to them and build a friendship, because he wasn't the only person who found me online and decided they wanted to be friends with me and then turned out to be a horrible person. So all that said, I haven't let that experience stop me from enjoying being here this time. I've had a wonderful time, and I'm super excited to go meet up with a friend in a different state. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions about my time here, leave them below, because I'm going to be back on the way north and I'll try to answer them then, because a lot happened during that time. And there's a lot I haven't touched on about living in the same place for so long and just kind of being a prepper on the road. So anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you thought this was a beautiful place, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. A huge thank you to patrons, and I got a cute clip of Frank to send you off on your way.